Daniel Sports Central, we go over a March Madness game preview and prediction on the round of 32 matchup between the Tennessee Vols and the Duke Blue Devils. Huge matchup for both these teams coming up here in the round of 32. You got Tennessee. This is a team that some are fading a bit because of the loss of Zakai Ziegler towards the end of the regular season. This team has been a bit inconsistent down the stretch because of that, but this is still a solid team as they take on a red-hot Duke team. Duke is a 5 seed in this tournament, but I can see Duke going all the way based on how they're playing right now. This team is playing at a very high level as we look forward to round number 2. We'll be over a full game preview and prediction on this match preview today, starting with their team trends. Tennessee beat Louisiana 58-55, a lower scoring matchup, but Tennessee got it done and they proceed on. And Louisiana was a team that some were picking to beat Tennessee as a potential upset, but Tennessee shut them down in the end in what was a fairly close matchup. Tennessee is 24-10 heading into the round of 32. Duke on the other side is 27-8 and had no problems against Oral Roberts. Beat them 74-51. Outstanding win for Duke. They proceed on after an outstanding win. Oral Roberts is a team that all season has been considered a dangerous team. They've had a really solid year, and you consider their huge run back in 2021 from the 15 seed. And yeah, this is a team that was considered dangerous, and that was a matchup that turned out to be surprisingly one-sided towards Duke. But that just shows that Duke is truly one of the best teams in the nation right now. Games be on Saturday, March 18th in Orlando, and your tip-off is 2:40 p.m. Eastern. Spread's going with Duke by 3.5 here. So the Blue Devils, despite being the lower seed, are favored, but it makes sense when you consider Tennessee's some of the doubts about Tennessee and Duke. The way they're playing right now is nothing short of outstanding. But you look at 4 versus 5 matchups in the past, 4 seeds are 43-34 overall against 5 seeds. But since 2011, we have seen 5 seeds get several wins. 4 seeds are just 14-7 over 5 seeds since 2011. Your stat comparison, Tennessee averages 71.8 points a game. This is a team that is more known for their outstanding defense. This defense allows 58 points a game. I mean, on offense, this team has got tremendous talent and potential as well. It's just the defensive side. That's just been the main strength for Tennessee this entire season. And their BPI rank is 2, which is very high if you pay attention to the BPI. And for Duke, they average 72.5 points a game. They allow right around 64, and their BPI rank is 17. And you look at the Blue Devils here, this is a team that really down the stretch has improved dramatically. I mean, the first part of the season, this team was okay. But once again, this is a team that's really come around down the stretch. And this team at this point in the season, they could beat anybody, and this team is very much able to make a deep run in this tournament. Moving on to some notable games for both teams here. Tennessee, they beat Alabama by 9 at one point. Also beat Kansas by 14, so they've beaten 2 1 seeds that are in this tournament. They also beat Texas by 11, another impressive win. They couldn't beat Kentucky. In fact, they got swept by them this season, and they beat Arkansas by 18, a team that is in the round of 32, taking on Kansas also on Saturday. And as for Duke, this team lost to 2 1 seeds in Kansas, and Purdue got beat up by Purdue. They beat Xavier by 7. They were 1-1 against Virginia, who just got upset by Furman. What a game that was. Furman knocks off Virginia, and that just perfectly resembles what March is. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. And Furman, wow, they came back at the end and stunned Virginia. But yeah, Duke, they were 1-1 against Miami, which was actually a solid team this season. So they did split the series against them as well. Your key points, Tennessee 24-10. Defensively, this team has been brutal all season. That's what this team is known for, is having a brutal defense. And they're going to have to lean on that in this matchup once again. I think Tennessee's ceiling definitely is lowered from the loss of Ziegler. Obviously, I mean, he's been an incredible player all season. And so to lose him, it really prevents Tennessee, I think, from making a run to the championship. But I'm not saying that Tennessee is out and can't make it that far. I'm just saying that I think Tennessee, they can win a couple more games in this tournament, but I just think the ceiling is definitely lowered, and as it should be, by losing an incredible player like that. But for Duke, I mean, this is a team that is red hot and just beat a talented Oral Roberts team by 23. I mean, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament too. I mean, I can say that with confidence. This is a team that, I mean, Filipowski, freshman, who has been nothing short of outstanding. He is trouble to have to defend against, and so for Tennessee, they're going to have their hands full with him. But I mean, for Tennessee, defense will be the way to success for the Vols. We have seen Duke be a bit inconsistent offensively at times this season, and so I mean, if they go cold from three-point land, that's going to be the main issue for Duke, because I mean, Tennessee's a team that is brutal to have runs against because of how great of a defense they have. So for Duke, I mean, the inconsistency on offense has been an issue at points this season. It hasn't been terrible recently, obviously, because this team has been so successful, but that is something to keep in mind as we look forward to this matchup. But looking at the bracket as well, I mean, the winner of this game does have, I would say, a fairly good run here. I mean, you got Purdue on the other side of the bracket, and Memphis and Florida Atlantic also play. Those games haven't happened quite yet. I mean, if you look down the stretch as well, I mean, Michigan State, Kansas State, Marquette, Kentucky on the other side of the East region. I mean, I think the East is wide open. I think the winner of this game is very much a big contender to win this region and get to the Final Four. So a crucial game here. And that said, let's get the prediction here for Tennessee and Duke coming here in the round of 32. And this one, I got to go with Duke. This team is just too good right now to go against. I've got them winning 71-67. I think Tennessee hangs in there and scores 67 here, which might be better than you may expect. I mean, Tennessee barely got to 60 in the round of 64. In fact, they just got 58. But I think Duke, this is just too good of a team right now. I think Tennessee's defense plays fairly well, but considering how hot of a team Duke is right now, once again, I just got to go with the Blue Devils to win this one 71-67. I'll say 55% towards Duke. I still could see this game going either way. Tennessee's a team that's been kind of, once again, faded, I do think, for this tournament. So they've kind of got that mentality of being an underdog, and they don't have that much pressure in comparison to some teams. So they don't have much to lose in this matchup and in this tournament. So that's also something to keep in mind. But I do like Duke to still get the win here, and I am taking the over as well, despite Duke winning it. I think Tennessee, if you think Tennessee's going to win this game, definitely take the under, because that would probably mean that Tennessee's defense had an incredible game if the Vols do win this one. But I've also got Duke covering this spread in the end. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this matchup, and I appreciate you guys all watching as always. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. Catch you on the next one.